Breakfast, Life, and Dinner is here today. The gloves are on. What are we going to do?
Good morning.
Yeah.
We're going to make oven-baked omelet rolls.
I think I'm okay with that.
Yeah. So what we're going to do is we're going to take a traditional breakfast favorite, and we're going to give you the option to cook it in the oven rather than in a pan.
Okay.
And then you can do a whole bunch of different things with it. One of the things we're going to do is we're going to do little roll-ups.
Okay.
But we're also going to do a lot of different presentations in the second half. But generally speaking, an omelet is a pretty simple creature, right? You got your eggs. You got your cream or milk, whatever you know, some people will argue whether or not you want to put that in there, but this recipe is going to be eggs and cream.
Okay.
And then we're going to start with cheese, and we're going to make a pan of eggs.
Okay.
So why don't you go ahead and pour that into the bowl there.
Pour the eggs into the bowl here.
Right.
Okay.
And everything's going to be a little over full, so we're just going to move real slow and careful here.
Sure. Don't want to make a disaster out of this.
There we go. And then you're going to put all the cream in there. And that's about 8 eggs to about half a cup of cream. The recipe is a little different. I don't like quite as much cream as they called for. So, you know, I'm just doing my own thing. And then go ahead and give that a stir.
With, oh, you have to, yep, okay.
And I'm going to put in just the exact right amount of pepper.
There we go.
And just the exact right amount of salt. And there we go. And then what we're going to do is you can take all, you can do this in an oven-safe pan. Mm-hmm. You could do this in a large sheet tray if you're making for, 20 people on a Sunday brunch. You could make this in a, I've got a smaller sheet pan here that we're going to use. And I'm going to use parchment paper to try to help make sure that we can get it out of the pan easily.
Okay.
I put a little oil on there. And then if you want to just very carefully pour that into the middle of the parchment paper, our goal is to have a nice flat egg surface. So go ahead and fill that all in. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to push it into the edges of the pan so that we get a nice smooth, there we go. Look at all that beautiful cream in there.
Oh, it's gorgeous.
And that is essentially what we're going to do. So now we're going to bake this one, and we're going to cut this one up for jelly rolls.
Okay.
All right. So
interesting.
Yeah. So we're going to bake this omelet. It's going to come out as a sheet of cooked egg, and we'll put a little cheese on there for now, so that some of the cheese is baked in. And there we go. But we can also have a lot of fun with this in different ways.
Yeah.
Where, I love my toaster oven.
Yeah.
Because rather than heating up the entire oven, you can make a little tiny bit of food. I do a lot of cooking for one. So here is the toaster oven pan already prepared.
Right there.
Right? And what you're going to do is you're going to make your own breakfast omelet out of all of these different choices that I brought for you here.
Oh, okay.
All right, so go ahead and dress it up just like you're dressing up a pizza.
Yeah, we'll add some cheese to this.
So you got some cheese, some vegetables, some meats. You want to make sure that it's got some color to it. You want to make sure that it's an appetizing look. But then this is, again, something that, you could do for a Sunday brunch. You could prepare it ahead of time. You could get the kids involved, and everybody makes their own.
Yeah, what is this right here?
Oh, that's spinach.
Spinach. Okay, yeah, we'll add some of that.
There you go, because you got to have some color in there. So what you're doing is you're making a bakeable tray of eggs. It's going to go in the oven for about 400 degrees, 15 minutes. And then when it comes out, we can deliver it to the table in different forms.
So really, you don't, when you think of a traditional omelet, you're making it on the stove probably, but in this case, that you don't have to do that at all.
Yeah. Yeah, so we're going to skip the stovetop. We're going to go straight to the oven. And look at that beautiful thing you're making there.
Yeah, that's,
there you go.
I'm going to go with that. I think that's the...
so there we go. We have the Aaron Special. And that's going to be, baked in the oven. And this is what I try to teach my students is once you learn a technique, this is a pan of eggs. Okay, well then how can I deliver it in as many different forms as I feel like? So we can do, from that list of ingredients or, techniques, you just can deliver whatever you want.
So there's not necessarily a wrong or a right way to do it. It's just all however you decide that you want to make it happen.
Right. There you go. So,
Exactly.
So we will get it all set up for the second course, and I'll show you a whole bunch of different ways to serve the omelet.
So that's what we're going to see when we come back for the second segment is how this all comes together and what it's going to look like.
And I'll very carefully put these in the oven.
Yeah, we'll take care of that now. We'll be right back with more of the morning show right after this break, and the next Kitchen Confidence segment coming up in about 20 minutes.
thanks. We're checking back in with Adam Wisniewski from Breakfast Life and Dinner, and it smells darn good in Studio B. How's it going?
Smells like brunch.
Smells like brunch.
Right.
We love that smell.
Which is the most important meal
of the day, of the weekend.
Yes. So yeah, we're doing oven baked omelets.
Yum. Interesting.
In many ways.
Yeah, I've never thought to do this.
Yeah,
so what did we start with earlier?
So basically, if you have a quiche, you have a prepared or a strata or an egg pie or whatever you want to call it. You've got a prepared breakfast ready to go, and this is just another way to make sure that you've got some meal prep done, or maybe you're serving brunch for 20. And this is a recipe, a technique that you can use to kind of prepare yourself and get it going.
Totally easy, and you can do it the night before if you know that you have a bunch of people coming over or something. So we have roll-ups.
So we're going to do a lot of different things. So let's start with the roll-up. So what we did was, in the first segment, we made a pan of eggs.
Yeah.
And this is eggs and cream with a little salt and pepper. And then I baked it in an oven tray for about 15-20 minutes in a 400-degree oven. And then we have basically omelet. This is cooked egg. And so what you can do with that is you can do a lot of different things. And what we're going to start with is where you just spent a few minutes decorating this.
I sure did.
Took a strip of the egg and we decorated it with some of the ingredients. And then I'm just going to actually roll it up. This is a jelly roll or a pinwheel.
Yeah.
Right? And then...
Look at that.
Right? And then you can just take that, and then if you cut that in half, you get a really nice... And the prosciutto's a little tougher than... But there you go. You get a really nice presentation. Look at that.
That looks yummy.
Yeah, so there's your presentation for Sunday brunch, right? But that's not all. You can do all sorts of fun things. So the pinwheel is one of the best presentations, visually.
Yeah, it looks beautiful.
But you can also do, Aaron made us a little personal tray here. This is a toaster oven tray. And I line these with parchment paper so they're really easy to get out. But if you want to try this one, this is, looks like he put in a little ham, a little, there we go.
A little spinach.
Oh, there's your fork here.
Oh, sorry. Thank you.
And so he put in a little ham, a little spinach, a little black olive, and then we just baked that, and it came out really nice and easy. And so what you can do with that is you can put that into the fridge or the freezer, and you got meal prep for the week.
Totally.
You could serve that up like, you've got a little hash brown dish. I say if the oven is on, you might as well be making hash browns.
Might as well.
So you've got, this is a spinach and black olive. This is ham and mushroom. This is the one that I made last night with a little bit of everything. But you can also do things like, if you take those and warm them up, you could serve them with tortilla. You can make a little breakfast taco. You can make there's some homemade bread and some breakfast sandwiches. And so you can just take that and put it in any sort of fashion that you want. And once they are cooked, they're really easy to reheat. So I just threw some in the oven a few minutes ago, but I have my little jelly rolls, and I have my little squares.
Look at that.
And a couple minutes in the oven, and they're warm enough to take and eat right away. Or you could take them to work and warm them up in the oven.
Or throw them in the microwave even.
That's right.
And like you said, you can easily freeze these. So make them on a Sunday and throw the extras, and you have breakfast for the whole week.
And I wouldn't even, if you're going to eat them that week, don't even bother to freeze them. Just keep them in the fridge.
Keep them in the fridge. Yeah, that's right.
Much faster. If you're going to eat them a month later, I don't know why you would. Then you could freeze them. But I'm always thinking that when you prep on a Sunday or prep on a Saturday, that makes your Thursday mornings that much easier.
Yes, that's true.
So what I'm always telling my students is, a successful Thursday meal begins on Saturday with the shopping and Sunday with the meal prep. And that's what I do, is I do meal prep for people, or I come and I teach classes, and I teach techniques, and I teach people to have fun in the kitchen.
And so for me personally, I don't like eating the same thing over and over again. So you can make one tray with one different thing and another tray with a different kind, and then you got every other day you got something different.
You could do quadrants where you have something different in each one, where you don't have to spread all the ingredients. So you could do like half a pizza, this half pizza, that half pizza. You could make the roll-ups. You could do different, you've got 3 different roll-ups to make here. So you could put up a little breakfast bar and have everybody make their own roll-up.
Totally. This is awesome. Adam, if somebody's interested in gaining some confidence in the kitchen and taking a class with you, how can they find you?
Well, they can look me up on Breakfast Life and Dinner. I've got a website. I have a very active Facebook page, Pinterest, Pinterest, Instagram, Twitter, and I'm working quite a bit with the Urbana Park District at their
the new
James
kitchen.
room with a new kitchen.
Yes.
I just saw talking about that on the morning show last week.
Yes.
Which is a wonderful, wonderful space. I'm already talking to a couple businesses and a mom's group about going in there and doing classes. So
awesome.
Yeah.
So get in touch with him if you're looking to gain some more confidence in the kitchen, because it can be easy. You just have to have the confidence to do it.
Make it an adventure.
All right, Adam. Thanks so much for being here this morning. Always a pleasure.
Nice.
We'll be right back with more of the morning show right after this, and I'm going to dig in.